this video, I'll be talking about why I think most people will miss out on Bitcoin and the reasons why, right? And I think the first reason that most people will miss out on Bitcoin, quote unquote, miss out, right? I think most people will miss out on Bitcoin because they lack the ability to be humble. And so, what I mean by that is like when you invest in Bitcoin, it truly is a humble test or an ego test, right? And I've been saying that like on my channel for like a since I started basically. But basically what that means is like you like okay, so people like you hear like a lot of people be like, "Oh, like, I should have bought Bitcoin like back in 2015, or maybe I should have bought Bitcoin back in like 2009 or when it first came out so that I could have been like the people who bought like thousands of Bitcoin and then like sold it off today or whatever, right?" So in that sense, I think people will miss out because, oh, like, you know what, I missed out on it, so like I don't think that it's worth buying it right now. I think that's like the biggest reason that a lot of people will miss out on Bitcoin. And I think that that's what's holding a lot of people back is because they don't think that like buying Bitcoin is going to get them to where those people that bought back in the day are today. A lot of people look at it like, oh, like that was like a one-time thing. It's a Ponzi scheme or whatever, right? And I think that those people who think that are completely wrong. I think that they will be punching air in the near future because Bitcoin is going to go from where it is today at 107, $108,000 to $1 million, or maybe even higher than that, in the next 4 years. So that's the first reason why I think that. And the second would be I think that a lot of people miss out on Bitcoin because they a lot of people don't want to understand new things, right? And not just talking about like boomers or people who are just like, I'm talking about people who are like, they just don't care to understand it because they're so caught up in like their day to day, which is like understandable. I get it. Like, I'm busy too. I got a lot of shit going on. But at the same time, it's like, I think that if you take the time and you put a little bit of effort and energy into studying Bitcoin and researching it and truly understanding what it is, I think that one, not only does it benefit you, but it will benefit the people around you. And when you put the time into something like your craft, right? Like your career, or if you're an athlete, you're like that's your craft, right? Putting time into your craft, like putting time into something that's going to make you better should be like prioritized. And I think that a lot of people don't do that. And I don't know why people don't do that, but a lot of people don't do it. It could be laziness, it could just be that they don't care. But I think that, you know, you should like I'm talking to you, people, like you should change your mind, like you should like want to study something new, you should want to like grow your knowledge, you should want to expand your knowledge on this, right? um a lot of people think that like learning Bitcoin, or not learning Bitcoin, but like just researching and just kind of diving into something or like nerding out about it is like weird in a way, I guess. But I think that I don't think it's weird. I think it's something that it should interest you. I think that you should know, like you should want to be curious about what's going on with your money, right? I think you should want to be curious about like what's going on, like why are things becoming so expensive? You should want to be curious about how does the inflation affect me? I think you should want to be curious about this sort of like these things because they affect your everyday life, right? And they make your life worse, not better. So you should want to find something that's going to make your life better. And if you don't, I feel like it says something about you. So yeah, those are like my top two reasons why I think most people will miss out on Bitcoin is because they're lazy and they choose not to understand, and they are arrogant, and they just don't want to they don't want to put the time in. So I think a lot of people will miss out on Bitcoin, and it'll be unfortunate, but um, you know, maybe the dollar will be tied to Bitcoin eventually at some point in time, and maybe those people won't even miss out. Maybe they won't even realize it. I don't think that they will gain as much from putting the work in today if they do that compared to listening to somebody that they follow on Instagram to put their money in Bitcoin or to put their wealth in Bitcoin. I mean, because by the time somebody like, I don't know, Jeff Bezos or I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg or whoever, by the time somebody like that says like, "Oh, like I invest in the Bitcoin," like Bitcoin is going to be at like $100 million a coin. Like is and not saying you would have missed out. I mean, people get Bitcoin at the price that they deserve, but I think that everybody should put a little bit of something into Bitcoin today. Just like that dude, that video I showed on one of my previous videos. The guy, I forget his name, but he was like, "Oh, like put $1 into Bitcoin back in like what like 2012 or 13 or something like that," and nobody listened. That dude's like super millionaire today, super billionaire, whatever he is, right? He put money in Bitcoin and it worked for him, So I think that I think that this is like that video that I'm talking about is like me and other Bitcoiners telling like you guys the same stuff today. So don't be surprised if in like 10 years, maybe even less, uh I'm not making videos anymore and I'm like living in Dubai or I don't know, Sweden or some shit like that. Like, yeah, I'm out. Short video. Appreciate it. Hey, like and subscribe. Again, it really helps out my algorithm and it allows for other people to look at my videos.